bracelet wasn't hers, a modernist-inspired short story. The bracelet wasn't hers, not really. She made it with her hands, sure, threading white patterned beads one by one. Each cradled by gold petal caps, like thoughts half protected. She chose every part with intention, but still. She never wore jewelry before the silence, not before the phone calls stopped. Not before the two tiny shoes were never filled. Not before the house grew quiet and the air smelled faintly of endings. The two teddy bear beads sat quietly in the middle, not cute, not sweet. Just there, fixed in place with gold wire, not to decorate, but to remember. They weren't a gift, they weren't even bought for someone. They were pieces left behind in a craft bin she didn't clean out. But when she threaded them, side by side, they said too much. One for the child she lost. One for the version of herself that never returned. The white beads were patterned, not plain, not simple. Each line winding across the bead reminded her of questions without answers, tiny, controlled chaos frozen inside glass. People told her to use color, add pinks, a sparkle, something cheerful. But Joy felt dishonest. So she picked white, not as purity, but as emptiness made visible. The gold petal caps looked like flowers, yes, but upside down. Like wilting things, like blossoms in reverse. She liked them that way, beauty bending inward. Not blooming, just existing. And then there was the clasp, a magnet, quiet and clean. No knots, no struggle. Just her sides quietly pulling toward each other because they must. She didn't trust knots anymore, too tight or too weak. She liked the honesty of magnets. You let go, and it lets go too. She wore the bracelet on her left wrist, under long sleeves. She never showed it off, never explained it. But when someone asked what it meant, she said this. It's not about beauty, it's not for style. It's a map of how I survived when no one was watching. And then she smiled, a small, flat line that tried to be warm but didn't quite make it. And that was the truth of it. The bracelet wasn't hers. It belonged to the part of her she refused to bury. Days passed, maybe weeks. She wasn't sure anymore. Time had stopped announcing itself so loudly. But the bracelet stayed. It clicked closed every morning with a soft pull, a sound quieter than a breath. She didn't think about it, she just wore it, like a whisper of something she hadn't quite finished saying. One morning at the corner shop, a girl, no older than 8, pointed at her wrist. "Your bears are upside down," she said. "That means they're sleepy." She froze. Her instinct was to cover the bracelet, hide the bears, the petals, the pattern. But she didn't. Instead, she smiled, a real one this time, small, slow, but real. "Maybe they are," she said. "They've been carrying a lot." The girl laughed and skipped away, and the woman just stood there, hand still hovering near the bracelet, but not touching it. That night, she added something. A tiny gold bead, shaped like a bell, so small it barely made a sound. But when she moved her wrist just right, it rang. A clear, single note. She didn't need it. The bracelet was already complete. But maybe, just maybe, there was room for a little more sound in her silence. In the days that followed, she began adding things, not every day, just when something felt unspoken. A pale green bead for a friend she'd forgiven. A square amber piece for the photo she'd finally taken down. A crystal clear one, smooth and empty, for a dream she no longer chased, but didn't regret. Soon, the bracelet no longer matched. It clinked softly when she moved. It caught the light differently. It told new stories in layers. But she never replaced the teddy bears. They stayed silent and still, not lost, just remembered. And she wore it every day, not to hold on, but to move forward without forgetting how far she had come.